Welcome to Gaming on a Budget. Today we bring you Flick 'em Up from Pretzel Games. And I think now Z-Man Games is the one doing it for American distribution, but I could be mistaken on that. At any rate, Flick 'em Up is a dexterity game for 2 to
10.
a bazillion players.
It says 10.
Yes, well, I like a bazillion. Anyway, wherein you are cowfolk, either outlaws, what?
Nothing. I'm just amused by you.
Either outlaws or, loyal sheriff's deputies and or maybe the sheriff, depending on the scenario, who have various objectives, again, depending on your scenario, that will revolve primarily around moving around and shooting at each other and or throwing dynamite or, whatever you got going on. The basic mechanics of the game are going to revolve around, like I said, moving and shooting, which will be accomplished by placing the movement disc where your figure is, and your fingers like so, and giving it a flick. So long as the movement disc does not hit anything else, you will place your figure where the disc ended up, and that's your move.
Can you demonstrate the proper finger flicking thing from the side so I can see it?
Okay, like this. And you go pew, 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 pew,
Okay.
pew, or like this. Anyway, so then there is shooting. Oh, and I stole his hat. Shooting, which will take the form of grabbing one of the little gray bullet markers, placing it within a bullet marker space of either side of your character there. I'm gonna fix his hat, it's all tilty. And choosing your target. You're not generally going to shoot at a friendly, but for example purposes, and flicking them up good. As long as they fall down, they are wounded, and they lose one of their little health tokens. If, however, the bullet touches them and they don't fall down or doesn't touch them, then they have not been wounded. Now, once a character is laying down after having been wounded, they cannot be wounded again until they stand back up to take their next action. Then they're free game again. Now, those are the core mechanics of the game. The scenario we're playing introduces some extra mechanics, as each scenario down the line will, in that we can pick up items found in a couple of the buildings and utilize things like dynamite, which I think we'll probably just go ahead and explain as things go along.
Well, the dynamite is one of the items we can pick up.
Yeah, exactly. But works interestingly for the attacking and such. So, I guess I'll kind of vaguely say spoiler alert on this because we're playing Scenario 4. It's a good example one. So if you're super crazy about those things, then I don't know. I don't know why you're watching this in the first place.
Well, the storyline's not super linear. They are kind of...
Just the
mechanics build up to...
Yeah, exactly. But it's all pretty simple. It all makes a lot of sense. And you won't see a lot of chairs in this because this is a get up and move around kind of game. Very dexterity.
Yeah. So your players may start on one side, but you will end up moving to the other side of the board.
So now we are going... Oh yeah, and let me just mention the little player boards here real quick.
Oh, these are cute.
As you can see, each cowfolk there, and yes, I'm going to keep saying cowfolk, is matched up to one of these little status bars here, which is where they'll carry their items, track their hit points, and indicate first player with the pretzel token here. That mostly just means that this person has to go first at the start of every round, no matter what. Beyond that, when it's your turn, you can choose anyone who hasn't gone yet. Oh, and that's a good thing to mention too. You mark who hasn't gone by flipping the hat. 2 different colors. If the color matches the color indicated on the town clock here, then they haven't gone yet. If it doesn't match, then they have gone. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Also, the little board things there double as our graveyard.
Oh yes.
It may be one of my favorite
get to see that in action. Anyway, so let's get on over to the gameplay where all the interesting stuff happens.